Suzanne is completing part 2 of her project called the evaluation and feedback portion of her speech. And this is one of her passes, which is called Dynamic Leadership, Level 1. She will incorporate the suggestions given to her from her speech on February 1st, entitled Always More. So, Suzanne Leonard, Always More, Part 2. Always More, Part 2, Suzanne Leonard.
Thank you, Bond, and fellow entrepreneurial Toastmasters and all these wonderful guests who have joined us today. I am segueing into part 2, incorporating some of the ideas that I gave you February 1st. Now, many of you weren't here February 1st, so a brief review is in store for you. When I presented that, I talked about how we first engage with those people who become our clients. And there are 4 responses that can happen when we ask somebody if they like our idea or our product. The first one is, yes, some will. Some will jump right into what you have to offer. Some won't. The timing just won't be right for them. So what? We have to jump to that frame of mind. Somebody is waiting to hear what you have to offer. So the second part is engaging and giving reference to how we'll take that some will aspect of your response and take it to the next level. In March of 2020, I attended a seminar given by John Lillywhite, who is from Division E. He's a member of the Inland Gateways Club and very versed in Zoom etiquette. And I was just transfixed because we were all of a sudden catapulted into that Zoom platform. So today on our journey, I'm going to take us and just 3 important points that I think are helpful for us to engage, because somewhere in your presentation, somewhere in your business acumen with your new clients, there will be a Zoom interaction, whether you're talking to their board of directors or however that may happen. Hopefully the initial first one is one-to-one on Starbucks or someplace, but somewhere there'll be an engagement. And so I'm here to help you make the most of that opportune time after here's the little reminder, some will say yes. And so we're addressing the next step of what happens when some say yes. Okay, first point is to show up and be ready, as you all are on camera. The most important thing is to show your face. You wouldn't want to speak with someone who's ready to engage in your idea and product from behind a name or just a virtual background. You want to be present. They want to get to know and see you. So the first thing is set up and be ready. That's the first part of what I'm going to share with you today. And that means that you're groomed, that you and your background are a flow, that people aren't looking forward to see if you have a logo or something, that you're in a good light. I happen to live in a place that has lots of good light. So, but during the day it changes, and that may be the case for you. So be present and blend into your background. It doesn't engage you. I have a white home, and so the walls are white. So I don't want to be stark white, but I'm wearing something that's a little softer, and of course, you know, a little makeup doesn't hurt. Now, guys, I know for you but if, you know, if you have a blemish or something, the better you present, the more confidence you will have with your presentation, and your client will say, wow, they look professional. I want to engage more with them. So the first thing is presence. The second thing that I want to have you remember, is to center yourself. I'm pretty centered, even though I can move from side to side if I had something to show you. I am centered. And hopefully you are too in what you have to present to that person. The third thing is a logo. If you have a lot of readable things in the back, although my background is a little busy, there's nothing readable or something that's taking me away from focusing on you. You could have, a little plant or something, but nothing that is going to take away from my looking at you as my presence, that I want to engage more deeply in what I have to say. And the third thing is, which I think is an interesting point, is to have a Zoom mentor. Have somebody right now on this call, if you're presenting or doing table topics, or if you're just going to engage as a visitor, you still have a presence. And you might, in the chat, ask someone that you see on camera, will you just kind of watch and see right now from where I'm presenting, is this what I would want my client to see? Is this how I would want them to project and see? Do they want to go any further? The mute point is important too. Please remember to mute, because we have busy families and we have pets that run in and out, and we have kids that want to know where their lunch is. And so make sure that you have given them this time, and they know that you have an entrepreneurial meeting every Wednesday at 7 a.m. So nothing else takes you off point. You are here, present, not making lunches, zooming in and out, because that's very distracting. We don't want that for you. You're in that second presentation pose now because somebody has said, I want more. And so you want to give them the best of more. So after I was listening to John Lillywhite, nobody's background, even my own, became strange territory. And I have been a Zoom mentor and continue to do that. Now, a lot of attention has come to the virtual background, and we know in our upgoing contest that has been discouraged, that they don't want a visual background because it becomes very distracting. And I've given you that point already. What I would have you remember is you and your product are the most important part of any presentation that you give. So make sure that you do it professionally, that you do it well, and your some wills will increase, because word will get out about your professional presentation and your commitment to excellence. Mr. Toastmaster.